Quilt Binder Set, binding the edge of your quilt. The Quilt Binder Set lets you quickly and easily bind the edge of your quilt. The cone on the front of the fabric holder feeds and folds for a ½ finished binding. 2 upper screws on the binder allow you to adjust the fold of the fabric. Begin by basting your quilt edges to prepare the quilt sandwich for binding. Remove the bobbin case cover. Then attach the binder plate to the bed of the machine. Attach the foot to the machine and choose a straight stitch. Now mount the feeding attachment to the base. You can do basic adjustment of where the needle drops on the attachment. For fine-tuning, adjust the actual needle drop position on your machine. Cut the end of your binding at a 45-degree angle. This helps in feeding the binding through the folding mechanism. Now, load it into the feeding mechanism with the wrong side of the fabric facing you. Tweezers can be helpful. Bring the binding out the front of the foot, then turn it at a 90-degree angle behind the foot. Once you fold the fabric back, you'll see the folding mechanism has created the perfect fold for a one-step binding. Starting on the middle of one side, insert your quilt sandwich into the middle of the binding. Make sure the binding is enveloping the side. Begin sewing slowly. After a few stitches, you can make final adjustments to the needle drop position. When you come to a corner, take 1 stitch beyond the quilt. Lift up the foot. Pull the quilt directly to the back of the machine, finger pressing the binding as you pull it out. Create a miter fold by opening the binding and bringing it forward at a 45-degree angle, and checking the back. Make sure you leave thread tails. Use a quilt clip or hemostat to secure the mitered corner as you insert the quilt back into the binder. Starting right at the corner with the needle dropping directly in the corner, stitch down the next side of the quilt. Repeat the mitering process for the next 3 corners. Finally, join the 2 ends of the binding as desired. You've now bound your quilt.